The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, coming back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, right here on TFNN. Don't forget you can listen to us anywhere on your mobile phone. 9 hours of live trader commentary every day at TFNN.mobi. All right, we got the S&P is currently down 3 points with the Nasdaq up a quarter. We had the Russell up 4 points. The Dow is currently down 29. Gold is currently down 15 points on the day, and it has been a wild mover, flying on down 2 deviations, flying back up a deviation. We'll go through a look at that here in a moment. We got silver down 1% on the day. We got copper is currently down a little over 0.5%. Oil is up about 60 cents on the day right now, with natural gas up 4%. Massive move on natural gas. We got corn down 1.5%. We got soybeans basically flat on the day. And I got the interest rate announcements, all that stuff came out on euro and pound. We got euro currently up 66 pips. We got pound down 55. Aussie is currently up 34 pips. Euro yen is down 2. US yen is down 57. Pound yen is down $1.44. So big move right there. We got the dollar CAD is down 42, with the dollar franc down 52 pips on the day. So that gives us our current market wrap, and of course we had a lot of news, so we're going to dive into that, check it out, see some of those moves. And don't forget, got some big moves come out tomorrow with the USD CAD, and then of course with the dollar franc, euro dollar, pound dollar, all those on the NFP report coming on out. So let's check out our news and see what opportunities await that we might be, or really do a recap, so that way if you did do them, we can go over them, see if you did them the way that you should have, and answer any questions you have, of course. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. And here, let me fix the static there. Feel free to give me a call, and I'll be happy to help you out. I know Mike was trying to call in yesterday. We got a little wrapped up there. Feel free to call back in, and let's check it out. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and roll on over here. We're going to look at the UK rate statement. Came out at 7 a.m. So let me pull up the pound dollar. Over here on the pound, what we can see right there at 7 o'clock. Let me get a single chart. This is too much. So to try to do on this little share screen here. Here we go. Okay. So right there, and we'll pull up pound dollar, pull up pound yen. We'll get both of them. But I got some nice big moves. And I'm going to add on a little drawing tool. Makes it easy to be able to, measure highs and lows and ranges and all that. So if we go here, the announcement, and I want to see if there's a couple more details, but it came out here came out this morning. But we had a big move already happening overnight. And so what can we do to best take advantage of this? And I want to have the stats up as I'm going through it with you. Okay, so they had their autumn forecast account come out at 6:15, but the big thing, the asset purchase facility and the official bank rate coming out there at 7 a.m. Now remember, I told you a lot of times it'll not move as much because we're waiting on the euro dollar. So sometimes you get that move right away. Sometimes you got to wait on the euro dollar press conference, all that stuff to come out before there's really any, just massive moves that you can take advantage of. So it's good to have that extra time when you're doing the trades. So, anyways, it comes out at 7 o'clock, and I'm going to throw on crosshair. There we go. Okay, so right over here at 7 a.m., we get the announcement and see a whole lot of, nothing to begin with. And so right there. And then if I take it on down, though, okay, we go over here. We got about 36 pips, so really just not our biggest move. Now, also, important to remember, we already did have a pretty big move. This thing was running down and already, had taken out about 66 pips of range. So it's just a big move, and the pound's been doing that a lot lately. And that's why a lot of our news trades on the pound, we've been hopping in like at 11 or 12 because of some of the moves that have been happening so early, hopping in the evening for those overnight trades. Anyway, so moved down about 36 pips. You'd be looking at close to break even maybe a small loss on the trade, depending upon what expiration time you chose. We could go back here. Let's say if you chose a little earlier one, like at 10 o'clock, or I guess at 11 would be about the soonest you could choose. Because if you hopped in on the 7, then, yeah, basically you'd be, I mean, you could do an 8, but, I mean, you don't want to do 30-minute trades on these kind of trades, especially when you know you have the euro dollar. That was a big thing I stressed yesterday, is understand that, you may get a pop, but then it'll go flat, and it's going to wait on that. So anyway, so right there, we got like, 28 pips. I mean, just not a whole lot. But if we hop on over here, let's check out and the day's not over. If you chose the 3 o'clock, you still got time. Let's go over, let's check out the pound yen. And pound yen has just been trending down like all day. It's sitting right now actually at a 1 deviation level, and even firing off some potential V spikes for you there. But let's go over. So 7 a.m. is when our announcement comes out. We don't get a whole lot until U.S. market opens up. And that'll also happen, by the way, on the press conference. Sometimes you'll see a little bit of volatility, and then when the U.S. market opens up at 9:30, you'll really start getting your volatility. So let's see. What do we get on that? We got about 89 pips on that. So if you chose the pound yen, which was the preferred pair because it does move further, both the pound dollar and the pound yen, 80% of the time, break 50 pips. Okay, as we can see right within 2 hours. As we can see, we didn't even get that 2-hour break on either one of them. But the pound yen moves 90 pips on average, high to low. The pound dollar moves 85. And as you can see, I mean, we pretty much got that 90. I mean, if I got really particular and went on down, let's see here. We'll get as specific as we can. We're going to go over here right to 7 a.m. We're going to get right on that open. Take it right to the low. Yeah, like 92 pips, okay? So we literally hit like the perfect average on pound yen. And so I'm going to, I always, want to quote out the stats so you know the different options so you can look at them. But obviously, if I can get a comparable risk on, pound dollar or pound yen, obviously I'd put my, my money on pound yen on this trade because it moves further. So pound yen straddle worked out awesome this morning. And then let's see here. We can go in, and we also had the ECB rate, the ECB press conference. So, of course, we can go over and check out euro dollar, we can check out euro yen. So let's look at those and see what kind of moves we got there. And you get a little bit more movement on euro dollar, but I mean, you're talking like 2 ticks. So they're pretty much par. There's not really just a great choice either way, in the sense of both of them are really good. And the press conference starts at 8:30. Remember, I said that's when the volatility really should pick up for you. Now, they do have, the announcement a little bit earlier, but 8:30 is when, we expect the big volatility. So if we go right over here to about 8:30, we got a little rush down first, okay? Moved on down 32 pips. And now there's an interest rate announcement. Expect some big up and down movement. All right, flies on down, and then flies on back up. So let's say if you just did the 10 o'clocks, okay, you got 126 pips out of that. You got more than enough to have a very profitable trade. Now, that's high to low. If we go and we measure, the announcement, we're looking for basically an 80, a little over 80 pips, or a little under 80 pips. We got 90 pips. So you got more than enough to have a nice one-to-one profitable trade, whether you're doing straddles or strangles on that. And it bounced down, hit that 0.5, flew around, and ran right back up. And basically, right there, 8:30 press conference starts. The statement gets released. They read over that. Market goes down a little bit. Then the Q&A starts, and that's when Draghi starts pumping it up. And so euro dollar starts flying up, and now it's just sort of flattening out, not a whole lot going on. Pretty simple to do. Not the hardest trade in the world, probably one of the best trades. I love trading that. And then the other thing we had, of course, the ECB being the big thing, but we also had the U.S. GDP come out. And U.S. GDP this morning, let's see here, preliminary came in at 3.6 on an expectation of 3.0. So nice GDP number. Like we left the last number the same there, but a nice GDP at 3.6. And so some of the stats on that, of course, we had euro dollar. It came out at the same time. And now that one came out at 8:30, which, of course, added to this volatility. But I don't care about what direction. I don't care what fundamentally it should do. I just, I don't care what direction it goes. Just move. And so I don't try to read too much into it. Anyways, but the thing flies up. Now, if you got in on the 8:30 one over here, I mean, you got a really nice trade as well. Like I said, ran up a solid 90 pips on that. Usually we're looking for like 70 or, actually 60 on euro dollar. But when you added ECB plus GDP, then, of course, that just made it even larger than normal. Pound dollar usually moves pretty good as well. It's actually, a lot of times it would be the preferred pair as far as percent time, so we can go check that one out. That's from an 8:30 standpoint. And but we just really have not got the volatility today on pound dollar. And but pound yen was basically that was your choice this morning. And one of the things I said yesterday, so listen to those details as I go through them, but I mentioned, I was like, hey, pound dollar, pound yen, but the big thing I said is, when you get this trade, don't go on and just throw on another pound trade whenever the GDP comes out. Like, your euro-dollar trade is your trade when the GDP comes out, because you're trading the ECB anyway. There's no reason to be throwing on, like, additional dollar CAD. I mean, you can do dollar CAD trades, dollar franc trades, but if you have, like, pound dollar on already, pound yen on, let that one play itself out. Got the euro one on, let that one play itself out. And then, if you want to add in some of the others, because you see just a really good risk-reward, you can check those out. And we'll look through those other three. I talked about dollar franc, dollar CAD, Aussie dollar. And let's see how those stacked up. Again, euro dollar and pound yen were basically the two best ones to choose here, or euro yen. And so if we go here, look at dollar CAD, and we check it out from 8:30 to about 10 o'clock right there. Got about a 44 pip run on the dollar CAD. We're expecting about a 57 pip high to low 2 hours after, so it didn't quite hit that full 57 pips. But when it turned around, it turned around pretty fast and furious right there. And ran on all the way back down to 73 pips. So a nice reversal trade off that. And let's check out the dollar franc. And, I'll give you a lot of choices, but we always have those ones we want to focus on. On the dollar franc over here, we're going to look at, so 8:30, the announcement right here. It did this big run-up, going into this. So we're looking right here. And then also it does a little spike, 15 pips or so up. But then we got to run down, if you did, say around 10 o'clock there, got about 50 pips, which is great. We're looking for dollar franc. We're looking for about 60. If we did a solid 2 hours after, which would take us down to 10:30, be about the same. If you chose the 3 o'clocks, then, you're basically down at the lows right now at a 61 pip range. So either way on that one, you should have been either profitable or, at least break even on the dollar franc, as long as you're not going in and choosing like 30-minute expirations and stuff like that. Give things, the more time you can get, the better. Even though you may pay a little bit more for it, you've increased your probability because you have more time to be right. Let's go ahead and check out the Aussie dollar. So here on the Aussie, we'll do the measurements here. 8:30. What do we get on this one? Right there. Basically the same thing going on. Got that little pop in one direction. Head fake, turns around, flies on back up, low to high. Got 73, and from announcement to high, got 44. So actually, the 40 pip is the range on Aussie dollars. That was right in line with that. So that would also should have worked out great for you. All right, we'll stay there. We'll be right back after this break.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com. Darrell takes your phone calls now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So I've had a trader just asking me, hey, do you think this euro-dollar move's done? I'm like, yeah. So, I mean, if I was, if you're still in the straddle spread on this one from the news this morning, then I would have, maybe a tick below like 36.58. Otherwise, I just take profit on it. I mean, this thing just moved basically a deviation high to low. It actually has moved a deviation high to low. It's done. The news is out. The day's over. Call it, take it, enjoy it. So, but yeah, good job on that trade there, Rob. Very good. So anyways, but we got the euro-dollar right there, and great move. We could also look over, euro-yen, of course, being a possibility. You could always check that out. And it had a nice move right there. We go over here to 830. And let's see here. We got a little pop down there, about 14 ticks, and then we got just a master run on up, about 97. And it actually did a pretty big pullback. So, but... So on that one, hopefully you would have already got out. If not, I mean, definitely, take your money and run. But hopefully you got out of that trade by now already. But it was a nice, good trade. It took off, and you should have got close to a 1-to-1 on that one, if not better, depending on if you're doing straddles or strangles on the trade. All right. So that gives you the euro-yen rundown, the euro-dollar rundown, the pound-dollar, Aussie-dollar. We went through basically a whole list of them right there. And, those were your main trades for the day. Those are the ones that you'd have focused on. And don't forget, we have some good ones to look at tomorrow as well that are coming up. And so tomorrow, what do we got? Let's pull that list and make sure you're ready for it. Okay, we got the dollar CAD coming on up. We're going to have the dollar CAD employment change. It's going to be released at 8:30. There's a lot of dollar and CAD news announcements coming out at the same time. And I've literally seen this thing move 2 deviations within about 15 to 20 minutes off of this combination release. And the combination, we got dollar CAD employment change, we have CAD unemployment rate, labor productivity, we have the dollar non-farm payrolls, we have the USD unemployment rate, U.S. average hourly earnings, all coming out at once. And 80% of the time, it moves at least 50 pips. The average move is at least 80 pips. So looking for a nice, good trade on that in the morning. And so that's going to be one of our trades we're looking at. Looking at getting in as early, actually, I guess you could get in before 8. But depending upon what contract you choose and what times you choose. But definitely be checking that one out. And then, of course, we got the other ones to do, too, which is my 3 favorite of them. Okay, and this is going to be basically based on mainly the NFP, is the euro dollar, dollar franc, and pound dollar. So euro dollar, 100% of the time over the last couple of years, 5 years, has moved at least 50 pips. And average move 100 pips. Dollar franc and pound dollar, both 88% of the time, moving over 50 pips, and over 100 pip high to low. So I actually trade all 3 when I trade this. So I guess all 4, because what I do is I hop in on euro dollar, dollar franc, pound dollar, and dollar CAD, and I just go for it. So those are my favorite ones. I would definitely be looking at those, doing straddle strangles on those. And just to help you out, to show you, how does the straddle work, how do you set that up, all right, is let me pull up the diagnostic scanner for you over here and show you how to put the pieces together. And right there we go. Okay. And if you don't have access to a Nadex account, demo trade this tomorrow morning. There's no reason not to do it. It's free, okay? So hop on over to Nadex.com. Click on Trading, go to Demo Trading Account, and then fill in your username, first name, last name, phone number, email address, click Apply for Demo. Okay? As soon as you do that, you're going to get an email, you can log in, and you can demo trade this. Also, hop over on TFNN, you'll see the spread scanner, and there we go. And then when the scanner pops up there, then what you'll want to do is you want to bring up each one of the charts. I got a read loop issue. Then you'll bring up the scanner, and give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. And then you're just going to look at the spreads. You go, okay, how can I take advantage of the spreads doing this? And the way that you do it is use the scanner. It'll make it so much easier. And a lot of times it's sort of funny because people think that this is like an advanced tool, and it really is not. Okay, I mean, it's really a simple tool to use. And so you go down here, and we're going to choose, say, like $100 max risk. This is when I'm doing straddles. Okay, and so just reset your filters if you have some in there already. Get access to this for free over on TFNN. Put $100 max risk in there. Put 0.5. And choose all, and then I'll go through. I'll show you how I actually will pick my euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar franc, and dollar CAD trade in the morning. What I'll be doing for that. Okay, so stay right there. We'll be back right after this break.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
With over 3 decades of trading experience, Andy Hecht brings a tremendous amount of knowledge and expertise to each weekly issue of his newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report. The Technomental Commodity Report gives you Andy's unique technomental analysis of the commodities market, a combination of technicals and fundamental analysis which he has developed and perfected over his many years of trading. The Technomental Commodity Report is only $49 a month, and right now you can get a full month-long trial subscription while paying absolutely nothing. See for yourself the kind of weekly report Andy delivers to his subscribers every Thursday morning. You'll receive specific stock, ETF, and option trades based on Andy's analysis, so no futures account is required. For all the details and to start your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, visit TFNN.com today. Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so right now, just looking at how I'd pick these. So I'd go in, and up here I'd select. I put $100 max risk, but 0.5, say all on my proximity, and then I choose euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar franc, and dollar CAD. And I did this last month when we had this report combo here. I actually did all this on my phone because I wouldn't have my computer. So I just hopped on the scanner, found them, then I hopped on the Nadex app and put the orders in. And so you go over here, and then you look for the spreads, and you want to compare to see, like right here we have a 2 o'clock and a 3 o'clock on the buy side. And you want to look for that low risk spread. And check this out. We're talking $2 difference. Okay, so if I can have another hour for $2, I'll take it. All right? And then we go over here and we go, okay, we got the 2 and 3 o'clocks. And some people get all caught up. They're like 16 pips to break even. I don't care. It's going to move 100 pips. It's my expectation. I don't care about 16. I want low risk so I can maximize my profit. Okay? So I'm going to look at those two, and I'm like, wait a minute. For another $1, I can have another hour. Okay, that's my trade. Now I'm going in. I'm risking $20, not even 20, like $18 on this trade, 14 plus 4, and I'm looking for a 100 pip move. So, obviously, if I 1-to-1, that should be a pretty easy hit. Okay, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop in. I'm just going to scroll down. I'm like, all right, that's my first trade. Boom, buy, sell. I'm going to click the buttons. I'm going to put them on up there. And new feature, by the way, that we're working on. We're going to have stop losses built in. Okay, so a new thing that we're adding on. Then scroll on down here. Dollar CAD. So on dollar CAD, same thing, and we go there. Okay, where's the low risk one? There's a 3 o'clock low risk. There's a 3 o'clock low risk. Okay, that's my trade. There's my straddle. Buy, sell. Go down here, dollar franc, and I'm gonna find low risk 3 o'clock. Okay, $9. It's awesome. Okay, here's another one. That's $5. Buy, sell. Boom. I'm gonna put the dollar franc one in. Go down to euro dollar. Find the low risk. I mean, this is. I'm not clicking 1,000 times inside the Nadex platform. Buy, sell, done. You know. And if I look at that, I'm like, that's not going to work. That's just too big. That's too far over there. And I can go over here, check it out. Oh, there we go. That's a straddle. See how they both touch right there? Okay, the floor of the one I'm buying and the ceiling of the one I'm selling. So I'm like, all right, now I'm done. Buy, sell. And just that fast. Okay? So it makes it easy. Now, again, on my phone, I'd have to hop over and manually on the Nadex iPhone or, Android app or Windows app, whatever. I'd have to actually put the trade in. But I can go in and put that trade on. I mean, that's my 4 trades. That's all the analysis I had to do. All the numbers were done. All I wanted was the longest expiration I could get with the least amount of risk I could get. And if it's too high, I may have to go to a closer expiration. But I mean, if it's only a couple more bucks, like who cares? And I mean, there's 4 markets. So to try to do that over on the Nadex platform, you're going to be clicking all day, trying to find the right contracts. Literally going in here and going, okay, well, I want to do Forex. I want to do spreads. I need to refresh my screen. Okay, Forex spreads. And then I'm going to go over here and go, okay, well, I want to do, pound dollar. I want to do dollar CAD. I want to do dollar franc. I want to do euro dollar. And now I want to check out the 2 o'clocks. I want to check out the 3 o'clocks. I want to check out the 7 a.m. to 3 o'clocks. I got to check 3 times just for euro dollar. Plus, I had to click 4 times. I'm going to do it all over again, then all over again, and all over again. Okay? So I'm going to have to go through all these things to pull this off. And versus this. I mean, what did I do? I went up. I said $100 max risk, 0.5 risk reward, both directions. Choose my 4 instruments. Which ones have low risk? Those are the ones I want to buy and sell. So it just makes it really easy, really fast for you to be able to, pull off doing the trades like that. Okay. So that's what you do to get ready. That's actually how you'll set everything up. And so if you'll do this, you'll take advantage of this. You'll be able to learn from it. It's pretty sweet. So I get a lot of good feedback on the new trades, and I'd be glad to help y'all out in any way that I can. So let's see here, getting a static report, but I'm not quite sure what's causing it. So, anyways, that'll catch you up right there for the week, and let's see if anything is coming up next week. Let's see here. And what do we got coming up? So that's Thursday, that's Friday. We got Thursday cut up. We got Friday covered. Saturday, China's going to have a trade balance report. Not a big deal. Sunday, there are going to be a couple yen and Aussie announcements, so there might be a little bit of volatility at night, nothing major. And then going on in, all next week's pretty light, so I'll just tell you that right now. Monday, we're going to have FOMC board speaking at 1:05. That's like the big event of the day. There'll be a couple Aussie reports at night, but I mean, there's just like nothing in next week. It's almost, you just don't see. I mean, it's like a government shutdown worldwide or something. There's just nothing happening. I mean, New Zealand, I guess, you're a New Zealand dollar trader. They don't yet have New Zealand dollar over on Nadex, but they do have their interest rate coming out at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. Also, we'll have their employment change and unemployment rate, but it's really not a big, usually a big market mover over on the Aussie. Let's see here. You'll have the interest rate on the franc. Again, not a massive mover usually, but just wanted to be aware of it. 3:30 a.m. on Thursday next week. And we'll have our retail sales and core retail sales. That'll cause some volatility on Thursday morning. I might actually give that one a little bit more credence. Usually I don't trade that. I might actually consider putting on a straddle on that one simply because, okay? And you can do like any dollar pair on this. Maybe even play with the indices on it. Simply because it's going to factor in like November's numbers with the whole Good Friday and, Cyber Monday sales and all that stuff. So it'll have a little bigger impact. And then let's see here. We got PPI here in the U.S. Next Friday at 8:30. So I'm going to be out a couple days because I'm meeting Nadex up and also going out to see my grandmother. She's going to have her 80th birthday. So it'll be pretty exciting. All the grandkids and everybody going to come out. It'll be a good time. But so I'll be out a couple days, but I'll be in for a good chunk of the week later in the week. And so I just wanted y'all to be ready. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty light news week, like I said, overall. Okay, well, let's take a look at some of the markets to see where they're at on their deviations right now. So that way you can hop in and see, hey, where are your trades at? And do you need to be backing off of them yet? Or are they still looking solid? What do we need to do? All right, so let's pull this one on up over here. We got the NASDAQ. That'll be, we'll start there. So on the NASDAQ for the current day, okay, let me zoom in a little bit here for you. We haven't even hit a 0.5 deviation in either direction. And, traders talking about how, man, the indices just sort of be choppy this morning. I'm like, yeah, on interest rate days, personally, I'm usually not the biggest on trading indices. They're too choppy. I like the forex pairs. They usually will give me a better trend. And so a lot of times I'll actually stay out of the way on the indices on interest rate announcement days where like pound and euro, US, when those are coming out, it's just, and because they come out in the morning, like right before the market. And so a lot of times I'll stay out of the way. Still doesn't mean you can't trade them, doesn't mean you can't do well, but I want to focus on the higher probabilities. And so that's just a very small style tip. I'll focus on forex or forex futures or binary spreads on forex, whatever, on euro dollar, pound dollar, FOMC interest rate days. All right, so that's the NASDAQ. Let's check out the Russell. And it's had a little better move. It actually had a deviation high to low. It's still choppy as all get out, down to 0.5, up to 5, back down to settlement, back up. So extremely choppy. A lot of volatility though. So great for doing things like straddles. And that might be a solution. Maybe something worth looking at. Maybe straddling like the Russell or something like that on those days, just because it's just all over the place. One strategy I've experimented with, sort of interesting way to do it, is to go in and this is, it's sort of an off-the-wall strategy. It sounds sort of stupid, but you'd be surprised how well it works. But it's not like this major like wow trade. But I'll go in and I'll buy like a half a deviation up for about $20, and I'll sell like a half a deviation down for about $20 risk. So I'll sell it for like 80. And if it hits either one of the strikes, so let's say I bought like an 11.24 and sold like an 11.18. Okay. If it hits either one of the strikes, I get out. And at like 43.57. So I'm basically at 1-to-1. If I bought it for 20 and sold it for about $43, whatever, I'm up $23, and assume the other side's going to lose. Okay, so I'm up only like $3. Not a big deal. But if it's a choppy day, just look at the Russell for the last several days here, and it goes back to the direction, I get out. So if I bought for, let's say on this day right here, we came in today, and we sold the 11.17 for $80. We bought it back down here for 57. But we also at the same time bought the 11.24 for $20. So when it came back up, we did. We sold it for 43. So we actually ended up making $46 on a $40 risk trade. And I basically call it my break even, like double or break even trade. Because as long as it moves a half a deviation in either direction, I'm going to be break even. Okay. If it's it's a choppy, volatile day, then I'm going to double my money. I'm going to go from 40 to $80 type thing in my account. So I'll double whatever my risk was. So of course, if it doesn't hit half a deviation either way, if it doesn't hit my strike, then of course I could lose on both sides. But it's a really simple trade, and it's basically you're looking at 40% of the time, you're going to break even, and then about 30% of the time you're going to go in and actually hit it, and then about 30% of the time it's going to lose. So if you lose, $40, and then you make, 40. So you don't chug out like big profits. It's just trying to make a little bit. And it's a trade that you set and forget and walk away. But anyways, play with that, demo it, have some fun with it. Throw a new idea out there for you. And I've been looking at it on choppier, faster markets that can be hard to trade. And so we got the YM right here. You do want choppy markets, by the way, on that strategy. So, and also use the 43.57, so that way you do get out before the strikes hit. But anyways, YM right there, down about half a deviation on the day. Looking on over at the S&P, it's been down, up all day long. Right now we're up at 1785.75. We were up we were down. We actually were up above settlement, came on down, ran all the way back up to settlement, came back down to 0.5 deviations, and have been sort of oscillating in between the two at the moment. And let's go over here. Let's check out the NASDAQ one last time just to wrap up these indices really good. And it's sitting right there, right around settlement at the moment. Okay? If we go over to gold, we had some big moves over in the gold markets. And let's check that out on gold right there. Like I said, it ran all the way down to 2 deviations. It's massive moves. And then ran back up 1 deviation. It was just awesome. It was fantastic. And I was talking to a trader this morning about gold, and he was looking at it, and it was basically looking at going long again right here. And I was like, hey, just be aware. After we've already ran down 2 deviations, we're back up a deviation. Then we're we shouldn't expect a whole lot more movement. So it doesn't mean that you can't take another trade. If I do 10 contracts, I might do a third of that, like 3 contracts. Like if I was going to do a buy right over here, I'd just lower my risk on the trade simply because, we've already ran, like I said, a full 2 deviations, and we already got to pull back up a deviation. We're going into the close. So probably, shouldn't expect a whole lot more out of the market. The sellers and the buyers got their stuff. People who made money went home. People who lost money went home. Who's left? Nobody. So, don't get caught in the chop. And that also might be a time, there's ways to look at this. One is like, okay, well, maybe I don't want to trend trade right now. That might be when I decide to hop in and do a butterfly. Okay? And I've talked about butterflies on Nadex before on the shows. You go and you buy below and, sell above, and do like a range-bound trade. So you might decide after it runs up that half deviation and it bounces around a little bit, you go down, you establish a low down here, it comes back up, starts coming back down. So maybe like at 12:40, 50 minutes out, you go in and you buy at 12:30 and sell at 12:35. So that's a sort of a cool way to start looking at the market when you do see those big, massive moves. It does a big retracement. A lot of times that can be a good way to trade it. Silver also just knocking it out of the park today, and ran on down 1.5 deviations, pulled all the way back up here to 0.5, and just doing some killer good moves. You can trade silver on Nadex as well. And let's see what else we got. Let's check out our oil contracts. On oil right here, it ran up from 97.20 all the way up to 98, so you got a nice 80-cent move. Pulling on back, really not getting as many volume spikes off of it as I'd like. I love it when you get volume spikes on oil, especially at like 1 deviation levels. They can be fantastic, but we haven't got one at the moment. So nothing to do right there. I'm just trying to see if there's any kind of trades we might be able to hop in before the show wraps up. And let's see here. Let's see what month. Let me go over and pull up my ags. And we'll check out soybeans and corn. And so soybeans looks like we're still on January right there. So we had a move right there, almost at 1 deviation. See how we popped up above settlement, came back down, very, very close to a 1 deviation move. And got some volume spikes, but not all the way down there at that extreme level. About this point, at this 0.7 would have been looking for. So we didn't quite get it right where I would have wanted it, but we did just get one up at settlement. So you're talking about a almost, a 0.7, a little bit more than a 0.7 move up. So this could be a great reversal trade to go short on soybeans. All right, stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Have you subscribed to the Gold Report yet? On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.69% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began. And right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber as this volatile gold market makes its way back into positive territory after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So right before you left, I was looking at a short there on soybeans. So hopped in on that one, looking at going short, looking at you can either just short the soybeans contract, you could short a soybean spread. You could also short a soybean binary contract. So if I did a binary, I'd want to go in and choose a strike. The way I like to do it, is I'd like to choose a strike above the high from this V spike right here. And we got a high of 1331, and there is a 1331 215 expiration on soybeans. So you could have grabbed that, and I guess it was around somewhere between $15 to $25. It's like right now, may have moved down a bit though. Anyways, but you can keep your eye on that one. And but so far so good. Looks like that's going to move on down. And you can take profit early, or you can hold it to expiration, whatever you want to do. Soybeans can get a little nuts in the last few minutes, so just be aware of that. You might not want to hold it all the way. I mean, you can see look at this move right here from my 1332. I mean, you got a 4-point move right there in the last 5 minutes of trading. So just be aware of that. That can heavily impact your trading on soybeans. So you might want to make sure you're out of that thing before expiration. Okay? Anyway, so let's see. Trying to go over a couple other things for you. We'll look at corn as well. And let's see. What do we got on corn? Let's see. There may not be any great trades I'm looking at the moment, but we'll at least pull it up, analyze it. And ZC, what are we on? 0314. Surprised that's not opening up. CC 0314. I have to add it into the instrument manager. And then also I got another request for heating oil. So give me 1 second. I'll pull up both of those. See if I can get both of them in before the show is wrapped up for the day. And what is that? HO or some heating oil futures. Don't yet, by the way, have the deviations on those yet, but we'll have them soon. So that's in progress. One of the projects, we're adding on like 40 futures contracts for all the deviations. So let's see, do corn real quick. Just stay on the ag kick for just a second. And so on our corn, we got a move. Yeah, we got one deviation move. So also you got to look at that volume spike right there. So right there, you're at one deviation. Got a volume spike. You sell the 438. I mean, it's too late now. Things already moved. But you know, if you could have got in this trade right around 11:45, you would have had a ton of time for premium to be able to collect it. And I mean, just kept V spiking over and over and over again, like perfect trades. And but pulled on back, and you know, nice trade setup. So you could watch for any corn expirations, but I think they're all pretty much gone. I don't think you're going to find any binaries to trade on that now. But it was a great trade. That was nice. I missed that one earlier. Anyways, but yeah, love those V spikes. And I mean, even on corn and soybeans, maybe you never trade those, but there's a simple way to trade them right there. Let's see, what else do we got? Like I said, we're going to go over heating oil, pull the chart up. And, yeah, see, I didn't have the data feed in for it because I don't trade it. Sorry about that, man. Sorry, Zadot. I'm just not a big heating oil trader. So I don't have the, I get the live data. I just don't have the historical in there because I don't have it feeding. I can try to see if it'll pull it, but I don't know if it's going to give it to me. Yeah. So you got those professional fees, man. They'll charge you like crazy for everything. So I sort of keep it limited. Speaking of fees, this is something you probably want to be aware of. I'm going to drop this bomb right before I walk off. The new CFTC regulations, but we're at 2 deviations. I know you're a big natural gas trader. Be looking for potential full margin, initial margin for day trading coming up starting next year with the capital requirements they're making FCMs do. So we'll talk more about that on one of the next shows. There's some crazy stuff happening in January that's already been passed. And anyways, I'll give you more details on it. Just drop that one there. All right, y'all stay tuned. We have another great show coming up for you after this.
What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.